Good evening, people. You're here for another episode of The Good Fathers. Myself, Jams.
Mike's.
Lucky.
Fair time, Lucky. Yeah. And today's topic is interracial families and couples.
So we're gonna go base this topic on
What's been going on recently, and what we've been seeing in the news, especially with all the Harry and Meghan thing. In light of all of that, it's only right,
So we're gonna talk about the effects on how interracial couples and interracial families have on the kids, or how society just see them these days.
Society, and also I think the effects it has on the kids and extended family, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's not just going to affect the child; it will affect the mother, the father, whatnot. So I think we should take it from there still.
Yeah, I mean, I've been mixed cousins, and having family members, like my uncles, who are with white women, I see how it was, from the outside perspective for somebody in the middle of that family. You get me, because my mum always growing up. My mum always told me, don't bring home no white woman. You get me?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But as obviously me, I'm mixed race, so you see both.
That's what I'm saying. I see both.
Obviously, I know a lot of people are just used to. You get me? A lot of people are just used to the white people that, you know what I'm saying? But, the black side of the family, them, you get it?
It's completely different, isn't it?
It's a mad thing still.
It is. To be honest, I do find it a bit confusing. Like I said, my mum told me not bring no white woman, and I see a couple of uncles with white women. You get So I'm
is it confusing?
What's this? What the hell am I supposed to believe? You get me? But I just kind of stuck to her. I don't know. It wasn't a thing where I just followed what someone said. It was just how I felt in it. Like my preference growing up was always just been
black.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was a bit different for me because obviously I grew up in a heavily white area. You get it?
Yeah.
So the immediate for man was just little white girls. You get me? That's all that was around, bro.
Yeah.
And if there wasn't little white girls, there was sisters and that. You get me? That's the only black girls, man. Seen as a kid, not as a kid. You get me? Growing up, so man was different, but the black side of the family is always on that little white girl thing, and them know as well. You get me?
Of course.
It's right. The racist thing. Obviously, they can't say. People say you can't say black people are racist for whatever reason, but couple of them songs there, and I heard rhymes and them things. You get it? Nah, man, hearing rhymes and that. Dad and them have got a rhyme for the white girls and that. It's wild still.
I feel like that's why my mixed cousins don't really like me no more.
Man,
growing up,
you get picked on for it still. Trust me.
Even though he was older than man, he always used to tell him, you're just half about it. You're just half of the family. Cool yourself. You get me?
Especially.
And he used to get mad still, so it makes sense. You get me?
That's what I'm saying. He used to get tired, but even being mixed race, innit? A lot of people don't even understand it. My mum's she's fair skinned, but she's mixed race. My mum's mixed race. You get me? Yeah. When I say mixed race, I mean obviously there's different heritages in mixed race, innit? So my mum's half white, half black. You get it? And my dad's fully black, so I'm 3/4. But it's a mad little situation, isn't it? Realistically, because as you said, as we go back to what brought this whole topic on, this whole Meghan and thingy, Meghan and Harry thing, it's the poor little baby is mixed race. He's got one family that's
they're supportive, and
do you get me?
That just judging him from
we ain't gonna say whether they're racist or not. But
they're judging.
Well,
from
they're heavily they can go to Canada with the newborn child, and then one in Canada, the royal family can phone and say, "Yo, you got no security." I think that's a big problem to ask. From them not doing that to William and doing that to that. Come on, it's clear as day, bro. What's going on?
From watching it is looking
it's clear as day. But even the media frenzy on just how Meghan is, when it was what's her name, Kate Winslet or whatever her name.
The other one.
They're all talking about she's got her sister's got a nice bottom and all these things. Yeah, these times there's nothing. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So they put one person on the pedestal where the other one dragged them down. So
You see, it was always going to be that because Meghan is, let's just say she's a black woman going into a white family, the worst kind of white family. You get me? Like, it was always going to be a sticky situation for her, you know. She was always walking into a fighting battle. Like, it's just as for anyone, if I was to be with a white woman and going into that family, it's going to be the same thing, innit?
Yeah, that's like, you get me, that's like...
going into a whole different kind of era. Remember, growing up around black people, you all, not say we all do one thing, but we all have a tradition and we all follow certain things, same like white people have a tradition. So when you cross them two traditions there, it's like... It's like a barrier colliding, you know. It's like
it's true.
It's not.
Sometimes it might not always go smooth, innit? Because like as you said, people have their own feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people, even if it's not an actual racist thing, sometimes it might just be like a man just don't feel too comfortable around black guys and that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So little things like that can brush off.
But it's mad because I tell you a story, a man. And this is a story told to me by the geezer's brother, yeah? He got married, man got married to a white woman, yeah, black geezer got married to a white woman.
Yeah.
Obviously, before that, he got in with the family. The family was all right, it was decent.
Yeah,
he never showed him no problems and whatever, and he collided with him, and nice. So the day of the wedding, obviously they're throwing up pictures in it of old school throwbacks of the family and whatever. A picture comes up of the daughter's dad, the girlfriend's dad, and mine has got old school pictures of him and the man them, when they're on their Skinner days, you know what I'm saying? Like, all them pictures come, you know, the flags, the tattoos, all them things, like,
walks,
and mine was just standing there like, what have I done? You know what them was like? He said he looked at his brother's face. Like they both looked at each other. He said he knew at that moment, and then like it's over. You get me? But it's like he's stopped now. Like he doesn't really know what to do. Like he loves the girl.
Yeah, but
now he thinks differently about the family.
Because it's always different. Like as you said, like when you have a relationship, it's like one, bam, cool, something that can always end. But once we have a child and we've got a child of mixed heritage, it becomes a thing like, okay then, use judging man, you get me? That's my you get it? Like that's a sticky one, bro. Like that's.
But I think this
a mad thing, bro.
It dials down to, I think a lot of mixed race couples. I think that it's gonna delve to that anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? They're gonna be like, is the child gonna be, what's the child gonna look like, kind of thing. Like especially if you know, how can I put this now? Basically, if the family's white and a black man marries into, I think questions are going to be asked naturally. It shouldn't be asked, but they are going to be asked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, naturally.
So it's one of them ones where it's a sticky one. It's one dear Babylonia now.
No, so you
Babylonia still.
So you think?
Well, I think it's one of them ones where I don't know.
You know what? That obviously the narrative goes back to, you know, time before we were even born. You get me? Like.
Well, obviously it's frowned upon then, isn't it?
Well, not even just that. Obviously in this country,
not normal, isn't it?
Man were getting beat down and that back in 70s, 80s, growing up like
even for just looking at white women,
kids, you know, we were getting beat up by a lot of white people and beat down and whatever. So to start seeing these people now becoming couples, like I said, a lot of people still have old traditional ways where they don't really.
It's normally like the granddads and that, you get it, like
yeah.
It's like you might meet the family, everything's cool and that, and then you're together for a while, you go meet granddad and that, and granddad's just moving all like.
But it's the same.
But then that's when it gets awkward. What do you do in that situation? So you met the family, all right, and
that's what
there's a granddad or a grandma who they don't take to you, but you know you've already been with this girl for how long? How would you maneuver in that situation?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I was trying to say when I said it's a sticky one, because obviously as a boyfriend and girlfriend, it's just cool, innit? Like when you go in your hands, I don't reach, calm in it. But once we have a youth, that's my youth. Is a child of colour,
because if the grandparent don't take to
the child,
naturally if the grandparents raising eyebrows at the man, if he's black, naturally they're gonna raise eyebrows at the youth. And this is another thing as well. It comes into like certain things like, will they treat that child equally to the other grandchildren? This is where other factors come into it.
Of course, and that's what you got to look at when you think about Meghan, because she's brought to town with her. Before her, what black people were in the royal family.
Yeah, but you have to remember, the royal family there, Interbred, you get what I'm saying?
That's exactly it. That family there, that's why I say traditional, there's traditional that it comes to tradition where that side is due to that tradition. We stick to a different tradition, you get me? Their tradition is interbreeding and keeping it together in the family. This is what I said, for her it was always going to be that stigma because she's walked a family that's never had nobody to even have as a test subject.
See how
it worked out with that black person. It's going to work out nice. This is how we know how to do with when it comes to her. Like they've never had that. You get me? So
you think it's an effect? So you think there's an effect that it may have on the children?
Of course.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you know. The kids
so what you say, mixed race children or mixed heritage children are just like at the battle from the get go, then, or
personally, I believe so.
Unless they've got like identity issues as well. Because obviously that's when you got like colorism and all them things coming into involved, where it's like black people look at mixed race people like they're not black.
See, put it this
way.
White
people look at mixed race people like they're not white, they're black. Yeah. So then they have to fight black battles at the same time as then turning around to the black people they're battling with. Hello, like you, like
one part of you, you don't class me
as us then or what? You get it?
I hear you still.
So it's sticky for mixed race people, but sometimes it's just a mad thing, really.
See, but this is another thing as well. I believe. All right. See, unless the parents are together, so a white man or a black dad or whatever, you see, unless they're together, I find it very hard that the child's going to know as to who they are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, for example, if the mum's white and the dad's black and the dad's not there, then obviously they're going to take the traits of the mum and what the mum knows. You get what I'm trying to say? So they're not going to know the full as to who they are unless they delve into it themselves. You get it? So
it's true.
It's one of them ones, man. There's a lot of questions
you can miss out culturally.
I did ask a man, like, you know what, growing up, because like I said, my brethren is obviously of mixed heritage, and I asked him what was it like growing up, because all of us, like, compared to him, like, you know, he's more white side. I mean, you get me. So I was saying to, you know, growing up, what is it like? Around us, you try and bring out the black, but when you're around other people, you can see the white side. You get what I'm saying? So what is it?
That's a bit like me though, still, because like I said, I come from like what. But man, I wouldn't say, man. I'm like, obviously I grew up around the white youth.
No, that's what it is.
So it ain't even the mixed race. Like if I was black, I would have been the same because of my environment. You get me? I grew up around the white youths, and like that's just how man are. So,
I think for the parent side of it, I think obviously
it's just heartbreaking, and that's the worst thing. It's heartbreaking for you to know that your child might not get the love. And
from the get go,
fuck myself. But I don't give a shit. You get me? We're all big people, but if I got a mixed race kid, I couldn't give a shit about if a nan don't like me, bro. Do you get me? I'm a big man. It's like my little youth, innit? Like, how can you look at him different because of the colour of his skin?
This is why families break apart.
Shade of his skin, even, because nowadays, for instance, like me, I'm 3/4 black. Yeah, I've got my youth with a white girl. My youth's pale, bro. Obviously, his curly hairs and his features, you can tell. But I don't know much mixed race people who now have got kids with white girls whose babies have got any colour in them, bro. Do you get me? Like no colour in them.
See, touching on the colour thing.
And that's what everybody's. That's the big thing about it all, innit? That's what people are all scared about, bro. Like, they're washing us out. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But at the same time, though, there's some people that. Alright, there's going to be some people that. As we were saying earlier, there's going to be some people that want a brown baby. You know
fetishing over the colour.
You know what I'm trying to say? So they might not necessarily be with, like, a white girl might not necessarily be with you because she likes you, but just because she's got a fetish of wanting a black baby. And same vice versa. With black men, they might not want the features too strong or whatever, so to go with a white girl to water it down.
What you're saying, so like, a black man might think like, I don't want a black baby.
Yeah, so that's how some men are, bro. That's how some men
roll like that.
I've heard it from people's mouths, so yeah, no, it's not a lie.
So,
but it's the stigma, you get me? Like, what are you trying to create? Like, are you trying to do something because you're not caring about creed, colour, what type of criticism you're gonna get, or you're doing it just because sense of fashion?
Yeah.
Like, colour's not a fashion.
I remember at one point it was a fashion. Every girl just like, yo, I just want a mixed race baby, and
that's the thing. That's it. You don't know now. You don't know if it's genuinely like you're actually just being like, you don't really care about the colour of this person or whatever, or you're just trying to do it for fashion. And people have Colin are seen it as you're using us as a fashion thing. We're not.
Yeah, black man have always
fashion.
been like always been
Commodity
fetished over in it. It's a black man like it's a fetish in it.
This is why it's always gonna be, to my eyes, as much as there is a lot more interracial couples out there now, it's still always gonna be frowned upon.
Another thing I'm gonna bring up like quickly then is mixed blood, and mixed blood, mental health connecting with mixed blood. Because obviously I don't know if you like know it, but like the what would you say, the rates of mixed race people with mental health is high. You get it? Like mixed race people are probably the highest sufferers of mental health. You get me? I'm just wondering if you reckon that could be down to the mixed blood. You get me?
See, possibly.
No, blood's
possibly.
As weird as we all think it sounds, bro. Blood's not. You get me? Blood's not meant to mix.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's not meant to mix. It's not meant to mix. I wouldn't say it's not meant. Actually, you wouldn't say it's not meant to mix, but
no,
just certain.
It's not
technically, you can't mix type A and type C and just say yeah.
Because of how they're brought up. Like,
see, but I think that could be a factor.
If it's a white woman and a black man and vice versa, there may be like more problems in
I think identity process. As in identity,
genetics.
Yeah.
Now
if it was a white man and a white woman having a white baby, just even the growing up process, there's less.
There's not too like you don't feel caught up in between and kind of thing.
There's no problem. There's
just,
no.
Yeah.
The rates of parents splitting up as well, if they're both white, is a lot lower than
if it's white and black.
Yeah. So there's problems growing up for the child as well.
But you got this. What I'm saying, it goes from culture though,
innit?
Could
be like as they're growing up, could be a mental. Yeah.
I think it's from the culture thing.
This is what it is. Like if I know, it's. I'm gonna wear this without sounding racist. Me being with a black woman, I know my child is gonna come out with the same strong genes that we both share. You know, as black people, she's got strong genes as a black woman. But then, compared to having with a white woman or a white person, or vice versa, the genes and the whole it's yeah.
The melanin.
It's not going to be as strong.
I can't say it without sounding racist. So that's what it is.
But that's science. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that just comes to preference as well.
That's the thing with like black people have thicker skin, and it's just how it is.
That's
you're not going to have that same fitness in it when you're mixing the levels of skin in it. So that's why, like Max is saying, there's always going to be maybe the risk might be higher in something wrong, having a mixed child than having a full white child or a full black child.
Like what you'd call it would be a pedigree, innit? Like a mixed race is a mongrel, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? If you was to deep it.
Like, don't take it to heart.
Obviously I'm mixed race, but realistically, that's what if it was like a dog, that's what you'd say, innit?
How do you think it was? How do you think it's changed growing up? Say from your own experience, like in school, like growing up as.
See, but this is on the flip side of it though. Talking about colorism and that, I remember, especially in primary school and things there. See the mixed race and the light skinned users, like they were in thing in primary school.
Yeah, but there weren't many of them though, was there?
See, nah, there wasn't. But you see now.
But that's why.
See now.
Everyone.
But I remember seeing. I never seen mixed race grandparents.
Yeah.
Like there was a time I've never seen a mixed race grandparents, and obviously now.
Obviously, you had one for the first time, like.
Now you had like obviously because.
But even that looks. You think it's weird, isn't it?
You have red skin yardies and that though, innit? Sometimes you don't even know. You get it. I know a black man who just look. Yeah, your nan's red skin, innit? Yeah, she's red skin. Like you'd think she was mixed race.
Yeah, the same as mine as well. She's red skin. St. Catherine or St. We're one of them places there, but yeah, flipping.
So is it completely different? Like,
now I
reckon schools have changed now. Like,
yeah, schools.
Obviously, it's just got more normal in it. But obviously, for me being actually of mixed heritage growing up, you don't really Like, I reckon we missed the real kerfuffle of it all. Do you get it? Because growing up, probably just how I carried myself doing it. I was just the loudest in the room. Anyway, you get me? I was just on some shit. So
nobody was really questioning
you. Yeah, I just didn't really give a shit. You get me? No, obviously primary school we're talking, innit? Like what? But even in secondary school, there's mixed race people was common, innit?
There's a lot of white people, though, innit?
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of white people, a lot of black people in it, and then obviously, but mixed race people at our age, like our generation, is probably the generation of the mixed race people. You got to think about it.
I think below, you know,
under us where it's gone crazy, but like weird.
Our generation's one of the
everyone wanted that like.
Yeah, see, I think ours is the first. But
I think
you see the generation after. You see, like, okay, I can put this now from your 20, say, 20 below. I would say, like,
is what?
Just
generation for mixed race.
Yeah, I believe so. Still,
You reckon?
go Wolverhampton, bro. You're still.
I hear that.
Go Wolves. Yeah, I believe
obviously
so.
it's been
Even my son's school, bro.
Even
my son's school. You see, you have to remember, you know. Flipping, you got
obviously
Polish women.
Yeah, like mixed. So when you're talking
so much now,
you're talking mixed heritage. You talking.
It's not just it's white and black now. You got all sorts now.
All of them,
definitely. But at the same time, it's because more people are getting into, like, how can I put this? The black and white mix is I won't say it's the first, but it's the strong.
It's original.
It's the original.
Yeah, it's original.
And obviously, it come back from when I'd say Windrush times, and it realistically, the Caribbean man coming over with their swagger and that, dappering up all the little white ladies and that. Then obviously you got the Irish come over around about the same time. You get me? That's why some of the main mixes probably like Caribbean and Irish. You get me? Because they got treated the same, innit? So you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, my nan's Irish, my granddad's Bayesian. You get it? But come over around about the same time, and it was the times where it's like no blacks, no whites, no Irish, no dogs. You get it? So so that's one of the.
There was that time where there was a lot of Caribbean and Irish unity, most definitely.
So then it come to our parents, where I reckon it was just our year was just a free for all, because the black men then was just on some dog shit, bro. Just man was just dashing up anything, bro.
Going into the exotics and
you get me?
The Asians
and then after that,
the Asian persuasions and all sorts.
Yeah, that's what. No, but that's the new generation, innit? Because
that was them. You get me? That's where they all started.
Now the Asian, now other mixes and other.
That you get me?
Yeah. I hear ya.
It all started.
Now other heritages are like coming through. You get it? Like now you'll start seeing more Asian and white, because it's like.
Not as much.
Now you do now though, innit? But you think about it compared to when we was youths, bro. There wasn't really any, bro. Do you get me? That's because.
But I don't see no.
Asians and white, like a mix,
I know.
Mixed Asian and whites in it. I know a few. You get me? But realistically, it weren't that strong because Asians weren't there in society yet. Do you get what I'm saying? They were still a bit outcast. Do you get me? There wasn't really like black people was probably the first in. You get me? When you think about it, so if you say it's the white people's land and whatnot, yeah. When black people come over, we was the first in the society, so this went crazy with mixed black and white. You get it? And then obviously, other heritages started becoming more, I wouldn't say sociably acceptable, but even when I was a kid, you get me, the girl them wasn't going for the axe them. Unfortunately, they wasn't on them. You get it? Now it's like axe them clean up, you get it? And even to the Africans, you get me? When man was kids, it was all Caribbean, bro.
Yeah, ABC.
Do you get me? Caribbean to like it's Caribbean,
that's
bro.
What I'm saying, like a lot's changed.
Well, even Africans used to act like they were Caribbeans, remember?
Yeah.
Now, like
they're just
they're happy to be Africans now. So it's all a mad thing, though.
Everything, like I said, society's opened up a lot in it, but a lot of all of these. No, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, this, that. Like, it's opened up a lot more avenues for people to just be themselves now and want to express what they want to be and who they want to be with and do however they want to do in it. So that's what we're seeing. But on a whole, you know, like I said, if you're going back to times when there was a lot of social segregation, them people there, our granddads, our uncles and whatever, they still see it as this ain't right.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. This ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
Course.
What they went through.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
Yeah,
they're thinking like, nah, you like enemies in it then. Not enemies as such, but that's how they see it, innit? They're probably seeing like. He's probably thinking it like, yo, your new little white girl's granddad.
Yeah, he's a punchman up.
Used to run man down and that. You get it? Like, fuck that. You ain't really coming into man's yard and that.
That's the truth still.
You get me? And like I said, growing up, I used to get rinsed both checking little white girls and that.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
Rinsed.
Yeah.
You get rinsed through it straight up.
I remember the first time I got seen with a white girl by some geese I didn't even know. I didn't even know. You know when it was black, and they see me with a white girl, and man would laugh like, yo, man, is it a white thing? And I said, yeah, like after that day, I said, nah, I'm not even licking the white thing again. Then you get me, car. Never you get me, like.
So when did it become like the thing? Where it was kind of like
when everyone's seen light skinned Chris Brown, so I want a version of that.
Yeah.
I want a version of Chris Brown.
With the light eyes.
I want a version of Drake. Yeah, bro, come on, man. That's the,
there's
like
certain women that
fashion babies,
but same as men as well. Same as men, bro.
Certain men, bro.
Some men, I've been saying there's some men that they don't want to get rid of black women because they don't want the features, so they'll go with a white woman to get the.
You gotta realise
Yeah,
of course, you gotta realise a lot of black men grew up being told they're too dark as well. You get me? Like I remember being in school, but then and the things was onto man, and then it's like, how come they're not onto man? It's because man's are all blick and that's what you get. Remember that's what they was on, bro.
It was on the mixed races and that. The light skin.
It was raw, like be it undercover racist. Man didn't even realize. But it was just because it was just
even though they'd call it colorism now, innit? But realistically, yo, it was straight racism. You get me? Straight racism,
straight racism. Like you don't feel me no more because mine was lighter than me. Like safe then, innit? Like alright, they're cool. But like man wasn't even thinking about it back then. Man was thinking safe. I just get the next one.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a thing. You get me? But why? Be a little undercover racism. Now you sit back and think like, right? There's a lot of things man. Shit man grew up in where he probably did shape man to why man feel this way now. Like see why I would never be with a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Myself, like I would never see myself doing that at all. But see, someone else in my family, that's fine for them. You get me?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I've got my granddad before I was born. He told my uncle, my aunties and that, yo, like. You have to keep it in the family kind of thing, innit?
Yeah.
But obviously, my uncle, he's got mixed race children. But I remember that's what was drilled into me, and I'll never forget it still. That's why I'm kind of the same as you. Get me? And also to avoid arguments and that, because I ain't gonna put myself in the position to have a youth and feel some kind of way. You got trying to say to it. So I'd rather just forget about it, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. You that grew up in them black households.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in like I wouldn't say my household was a black household, do you get me? Like realistically, my mum was mixed race, but by that time when I'm really understanding things, obviously we were struggling and broken. You don't even you know what I'm saying? You don't like I don't. When it comes to like roots and that, bro, like I can't even lie, bro. Man's far from all that type of shit, bro. And that's another effect in it. Like, but with mixed heritage, is like you might not learn your roots. You get me? Obviously, I'm a big man now. You get me? So it's my obligation to learn my roots myself. You get me? But growing up, they just was never drilled into man. But at the same time, that's why I take myself a little bit personally out of the situation, because I can't blame it on the fact that I'm a product of like mixed heritage, but. Man just was on the street from a youth. So
like you say, that's where
I was on the roads and that.
It comes in like I know where you grew up and
just bare white peoples then, isn't it?
Whereas if you grew up in, you know,
around the
could be different.
Outlook on everything, innit? So sometimes it's not even like, for instance, you got little white kids from the hood and that are just little black youths. You get what I'm saying? So it's more not even about your colour, it's more about your environment then. But obviously your colour always will play a part in it.
But it also comes down to who you know.
The little white kid can still go back to his little white family and still play a little white kid. Do you get what I mean?
So talking about environment and going back to the royal family, what would you say about the environment that Meghan was brought into?
You got to realise though, at the same time, It's clue. Like obviously, I've watched it personally. I don't like delving into other people's business too much. You get me? I don't like chatting on things because no one knows.
Yeah.
Do you get me? That's what I hate about chatting on other.
No one
people's
knows.
shit.
But the best thing, the best thing she did was remove herself from the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the best thing.
At the same time,
she
could have done something a bit better and not got herself involved in the situation. The royal family's not a secret, bro.
Yeah, no, serious.
You know what? You got to think.
They're not a secret.
It's not even about
to do that as well.
But this is what I was just about to say. Like, remember, she in
fell in
her
love with
mind.
Harry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't the royal family. It was Harry, and obviously that's his family. And
of course.
Remember, Harry. Even Harry himself, he don't really get down with the royal family.
But you have to remember, but you know why though, innit?
Yeah.
We understand as to why, but
yeah. It goes back further.
Yeah, it goes back further.
Miami don't really get down with them, so the way the two of them have come together and done it, like to say, safe, we're just gonna up and leave. That was the best thing for the both of them to do, especially. And
it's the best thing for that little Archie, like you said, bro. He's gonna be
the one who's be affected.
He's gonna be a little mixed heritage baby who's not getting love after what are you on about? Like he's not getting no protection and that. Like what are you on about, bro? That's some.
Like, what does that mean? You know
like if I'm Harry, I'm on you get it. I'm on smoke.
Yeah.
What you on about, Nan? You get it. I'm on smoke.
This is
He
it.
done the right thing by saying like he doesn't want any financial support from the royal family.
Yeah.
He wants to live his own life.
That's
the
it.
cut.
He's living off what his mum left him.
Yeah, what his mum left him. He reckons that his mum.
And that was another thing. Like
his mum knew.
His mum, like.
Yeah, that's the whole.
He's had problems from back
in the day. But saying that, I seen a thing the other day. I seen something today still. Do you believe Charles is his dad? I want to show you a picture.
I heard about
Charles is his dad,
blood.
Listen, he looks exactly the same, blood.
I see.
Exactly. Charles ain't his dad.
I see.
You don't reckon
Charles is not his dad, bro.
But I seen a picture of him and Charles the other day.
No. See, Williams looks like Charles.
Yeah.
You see, Harry's not Charles' son.
See all the hereditary.
I heard the conspiracy still.
Ain't no conspiracy. That's factual, bro. Like, no DNA needed. That's his dad. That's not on the jacket, Charles.
I've seen a picture that Leroy look the same.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, watching them growing up, I always used to think, how come my man's ginger? You get me? But I never used to penny. It's not saying you penny.
Exactly,
it's
bro.
not fun that I look into. You get what I'm saying?
Obviously, his mum's
blonde. The dad's ginger. The dad's more ginger, and I'm calling him dad because that's his dad. He's more his dad, bro.
This is what nobody really knows about Diana.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's why no one's.
You get me, like, so.
No one's saying. That's why you can't really chat on other people. You get me?
This is what
we all watch the interview and whatnot, but we can't chat on.
You can't really say that. But
all we can do is feel. Man. All we can do is feel sorry for the little baby. You get me? Because he's the innocent part.
Well, it's best that he's not around that family. So, like I said, she done the right thing in it. You both done the right thing. Take the youth and get away from them.
But even still, though, how are you gonna explain to that child? You're royal family, but they didn't want you.
You're not.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
you get me? That's devastation, bro. It
is gonna be, but it's
something that they got to work through themselves.
They're gonna have to deal with it because at the end of the day, that's their situation. Yeah, that's their life situation.
So do you reckon
they put
now
themselves
that everything's out? Do you reckon? How long do you reckon it'll take, if it happens at all, that they're just gonna start living a normal?
They can't live normal.
Not normal, but like.
But obviously,
the attention's not going to be on them anymore, and they can just carry on.
I don't think it's always going to be on them.
Yeah, like
even though they're not.
Yeah, even though
you know what it is. It depends what they do.
It's not classed as outlaws, isn't it? Basically, they've gone against the agenda. So obviously, people they always.
It's not even going to be them. They don't remember, in this media as well. You don't have to do nothing to be in the media. You get me? Like you can just be walking down the road with the dogs, and that's because you're a celebrity doing it. Oh, my man walking down the road, and you know what I'm saying. He threw a bag when he was supposed to be recycling. They make that a story. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't have to do nothing. Like, they're gonna be in the public eye for at least next year, 2 years, maybe.
Especially if she's pregnant again as well.
Even that, there, like
little girl.
It's gonna be something of. Because I was talking about this even with my sister last night, and I'm saying, we were saying, do you think that after the whole Meghan situation that they'd allow anyone else black inside the royal family?
No.
You see, I said that at first, but then she goes, you know what?
See, they might do just to see, but this is the thing. That's not because they want it though. That's because they got a point to prove now.
Everything's on them now.
Yeah, but you got to realise they didn't want. They might, if that's how they are, the racists is never gonna want it. They didn't want Meghan in there in the first place.
Now,
Yeah, but when you
still show the
when you're the
hospitality
royal
and
family and your
whatnot, innit?
name's in a bad light, you gotta do what you can to make it right, innit? Even if it ain't much, you gotta do something, innit? Invite a black youth over to come
You're
and
gonna
play
make
every now and then.
sure
Or,
Yeah, but
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. Sometimes when you overcompensate, it just shows that you're not really
You're not real,
for it anyway.
yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say to
You're
you?
just doing it.
Yeah, just to please people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
but it's
gonna
not
be the
like
thing
it's
now.
not
How
like
are
what
they
they're
gonna
gonna
do? What are they
Do you
gonna
get
do
me?
now? What he's gonna
You
be
can't
saying
turn.
next
You
week?
can't
How
turn
they
around
gonna
and say,
bring
"Oh,
him
how's
back
the
in?
Royals gonna get a black?" Like, what they're gonna do? But start saying, "Oh, you know what, William, we're gonna make this storyline. You're gonna have an affair with a little black thing." Do you get me? Like, what they're gonna? They can't do nothing, bro.
Stuff like
Fuck, people are pretentious, bro.
they're saying in the news that the royal family's now donated money to Africa, like
what I'm saying, like,
that. It's like-
That's for the jewels that they took ages ago, bro. You get like that, like
It's
that's what it's for.
Obviously, like
but
you're
that's
saying,
cringy
innit?
stuff to me.
Yeah, it's cringy.
Like you're saying, innit? It's like when when a white man says, "Oh, I'm not racist. I got a black friend."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
that there, innit? Like they're
We're
gonna
saying
turn around and say,
something
"What?
racist.
Us racist? You mad?"
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
how many
yeah.
black people we've supported over the years?
Yeah, yeah. So that's
you
the
donated
reason for-
clothes
that's
to
the
thing,
to
innit? That's the-
people.
So that's the reason why you've been doing it, then.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
thing
Like,
with
come
racism,
on, man.
that's
There's
the
no
thing
way
with
like
it.
that.
That's
but
the thing with the
are they
racism,
now?
innit?
If it's the way the next move, the way they handle it now is gonna be their issue, innit?
See, really and truly, what they need to do
gonna be
is
in the
just
next
make things right with Archie, give him security, give him whatever he needs. That's the first step, I believe, into making things right. Cause you've already done segregate the little boy from the other grandchildren, already made him feel the way. Obviously, he's not old enough to understand as to what's going on. But when he gets older,
you see if I was his parent, no. You see if I was his parent, no, I wouldn't even accept it.
could they would let him down?
I mean, from now on,
Yeah.
because of everything that's going like.
What do you mean let him down? They locked him off.
Yeah, he can't get.
He's the reason.
Well, now that everything's
No, what you're not
All the
getting.
news is
No,
on
what
there.
you're getting. What you're not getting is. Look, this is why it's so horrible, bro. Because Archie is the reason
Yeah,
they
it's
locked
not you,
off.
bro.
They locked him off. Do you not get it? Because when they was just married, it was calm. Do you get it?
But I'm saying, like, if they, because of everything that's going on now, if they decide to come back and try and be nice and be
Yeah,
like,
Oh yeah.
But you know what?
I don't- they can't do
If that was me, I'm not allowing you back in it. You locked us off safe in it. Like we're good in it. That's me in it. That's me as not just my pride, but as a black person as well. Like if that's how you see my youth, like stay there in it. Like we're good. You know what I'm saying? We got this. Like I don't need no security. If you
I
wanna
do
offer
find
it,
out.
no,
I do
don't
find
want
out what I do find that these type of things funny because when they're all in the media and you go like say you go through social media, you start to see, you know what I'm saying, you start to see the trends, you start to see the white people just go
Yeah. Oh, listen. Yeah.
they'll go that way.
Yeah,
The black people will just
that
go
way.
this
Yeah,
way and
see,
they'll be
look
like,
at the thing with Piers and Alex.
no, Megan's a liar.
online
Like,
already,
yeah. And there's always
That
a
just
divide
shows
in it,
it,
and
bro.
that just
That
goes
just
to
shows
show whether we like it or not, there's always going to be a divide because the colour in it.
But see,
It's like I was saying, look at
that's just how it's going to be, bro.
the Pierce and Alex thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, like you said, Pierce is a loudmouth, always got something to say. You get me? As soon as he hears a story, he don't like. Man's walking off air.
Oh, yeah,
and
he's
that
just
just
a
shows,
guy.
like, you know, the level of racism, live racism for everyone to see.
So men have to just sit there and take it. But
And this is what I say, he's still not accepting it.
Nah,
And them
Pierce's
as a
thing,
couple,
Pierce's
black
thing
and white
ain't no
couple, it's still
not
not
racist
accepted.
though. He's just a gal clown.
Yeah, but it is though technically.
He's not racist, bro. He was
I don't
Pierce.
think
Not
it's fully-
Pierce is just hooked on it. She must have sent him.
Now you see
a
what it is.
wicked
You see with
nude.
the Pierce thing. How
She
can I put
sent
this
him a
now?
wicked nude,
It was
bro.
a tiny
That's
bit.
it. That's what's bro.
Have you seen the thing where?
Why is he going on so
Right.
mad?
Yeah, I mean,
Now listen.
Yeah.
Now listen. We're going off topic here. We're going mad off topic. It don't matter. But if you're gonna say anything about Pierce, he's a gal clown, dog.
Yeah, nah, of course, 100%.
He's nothing to do with race or nothing there, bro. He just chatted to the thing one more. Yeah, she must have sent him one bad boy little video, and he just had him hooked. What else, bro? Because you can't move like that
In
for
the video, he was
bro.
like, yeah, I'm a bit upset.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's hurt, bro.
He's hurt, bro.
He's
But what I'm
hurt.
trying to say is, how can you be that hurt about a thing that you just chatted to, bro?
Nah, he linked her once, innit? So
Yeah, they linked
Yeah,
it.
her
No,
once.
they linked.
And then he sent her in a taxi.
And she went and linked Harry, bro. And she went and met Harry, bro. That's how you know, kid.
But
Are you?
Yeah, so
why
what-
does that only come out now? Why wasn't that?
Because it's a black and white
That's not
thing
a-
now.
that's
because
not- nah, that's
the
not-
I
whole-
understand it's relevant.
That's not a secret,
Like,
bro.
it,
That's the
obviously.
first time I've ever seen.
But
Nah,
yeah,
that's not a secret.
Yeah, but you know what?
I knew
it is?
that's the first time I've seen that clip. But I knew he had dealings with her though.
Well, obviously,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
only, but it
You've
only
known.
became more relevant when she became relevant in the royal family.
Yeah,
of course.
That's what I'm trying to. This
Yeah,
is
of
what I'm trying to
course.
say. Like, black people only become relevant when they're relevant to white people. You get what I'm saying?
But that's
she
just
was only relevant for them.
At the same
Before
time,
that,
bro.
nobody
This is
even
why.
cared about
This
all
is
of
why
that.
English people. Not even
And this is what
English
I say,
people.
mine
That's how weird we move though, bruv. You get it? Like we'll champion you as soon as you're black. We'll champion you. You get me? You do something bad, we'll talk about your ethnicity. You get me?
He should be
As soon,
smart.
no,
He
but that's
should
the
know
truth.
those
You
clips
think
are
about it, bro. Look at man like Anthony Joshua. You get me? When he wins, bro, it's all British champion.
Yeah, but soon as he does something
a
wrong.
little black kid does something wrong. It's like yo.
It's the same with the footballers as well, though. It's right, the same.
Well,
with
at the
footballers.
same time, it's the
That's
same with the
ball, bro.
Scottish, bro. Look at fucking like Andy Murray, bro. Like English people love to claim
Great
him,
British,
bro.
yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
oh,
he's
great
British,
British. Like,
British, yeah.
do you get me? So they're
They're
just.
proud of, the British are proud of anything that's good.
That's
winning,
good,
that's
bro,
winning.
and that's it, bro.
Anything that's got the
Do
flag
you get
in
me?
its chest, that's
So
what they're proud of, innit?
sometimes you gotta look at it bigger than a race thing, bro. These people are just nerds, bro. That just you get it. This is just a nerdy thing to do, bro. Who but you see people do it on road, but like whoever's winning, like yeah, let's go ride that dick over there, and you get it.
Yeah.
That's how people maneuver in the world, bro. Regardless of race and regardless of anything else, bro. They move like they just want the winning circles, this, that. Yeah,
See, going back to the original initial topic, something just popped up in my head when we talk about interracial kids. I was thinking as well, do you believe that there's some people out there that have children, mixed race children, to prove that they're not racist? So as we were talking about earlier, so a white man can have mixed race children and say, I ain't racist, I got mixed race kids. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Or
No, but you
think that he's entitled to say the N-word or whatever. You know, these
No, but at the
things,
same time, you gotta think about it, yeah. You know how we were saying as the black men are fetished? Like some black women are fetish to like the white man, you get it? Like a white man might not like black men. But loves black women. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like a man don't like black men, but he loves black women, bro. So it's still, would you say, it's still racist though?
That's a long process to prove your point now.
Yeah, it's a bit.
To get pregnant and then wait.
Now, what I'm trying to say is, alright, so for example, a man, as you're saying, a man can fetish black women, but not necessarily like black people. So, something comes up now and he thinks he can say the N-word. Yo, why saying the N-word? I've got black children, I'm not racist, don't worry about it. You know what I'm trying to say to you? It's little things like that.
You got to think, obviously, in slavery times, you know, master was whipping on the black woman back then, like normal, you get me, and breeding them up. That's why we had mixed race kids back then, you get me, and you got to think back then, look at how the mixed race kids were treated back then, like, those kids were allowed in the house, full black kids.
That's a lot. That's
the cycle there.
Sick that you brought that up. Still.
That's the cycle there.
The little mixed race youths was allowed in the yard and that.
So, but it wasn't a thing of like you said. My man wasn't going around saying, "Oh, I'm doing it because I'm racist and I can do it." He's doing it because these are my women and I'm gonna do it. Innit?
But at the same time, the black kids. This is where it comes out, where colorism that comes in, because the mixed race kids that was allowed inside, they might feel like there was inside, but there was still slaves inside.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Slaves
so where we're back, like, you know what I'm
thing.
saying? So the mixed race people are probably feeling like, hold on a minute. If I go outside to the black people, then I wouldn't say not jealous. I'm not
they're gonna frown upon you,
but they're gonna have a feeling against me because I'm inside. But then when I'm inside with the white people, they're looking at me like I'm not one of them.
It's like the outcast kind of thing.
Who the fuck am I then? Innit? If I go outside, all the black people in the fields don't want to know, man.
Yeah.
And then when I'm inside, the white people and that got me moving like a slave anyway. So.
It's the mental terror.
But I suppose every colour has their little battle anyway, innit? Like black people have their battle.
Like Jeremy saying, that's where that initial thought really comes back from. It stems back from, you know, the white man, the white slave owner, having sex with his slaves and breeding them and having mixed race kids just to say.
So you reckon that? Okay, then if you're gonna say like the white slave owner having sex with the black slave women, that's where that is. So would you say a lot of the hatred for mixed race people comes where the white slave owner's daughter is chopping up the slaves then?
Well, yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
What film's that in it? I've seen it in a film still.
There's a couple of them. There's a couple of them. It's like, all right, then say, even you, just put yourself in that situation. If you was that mixed race kid, and your dad's a slave owner and your mum's a slave and you're watching your dad beat your mum, sweep her, make her go to work, do all of them things, but he's coming to you like, oh, you're right, son. You okay? Like, come sit down with me, like, let's watch the niggas work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's confusing.
It's confusing, isn't it? Yeah, it's confusing, isn't it? When he's telling you, oh, go out there and... Like,
yeah, but eventually it's going to confuse you. As you get older, it's going to be like,
it's not even whether you know better or not. It's still weird. It would just still be a natural weird thing to. You get me?
Yeah.
That's something that has been passed down through the grapevine, from generation to generation, and it still continues now. So psychologically, I do believe there's people out there that have babies by black people just to say, it's still a slave owner kind of mentality thing. You know, it might be a deep way to think about things, but look at where we come from, innit?
See, I see more. I more see it as like can be a fetish thing personally. That's how I see it as well. Still,
I just think it's more of a control. I think
it can be a lot of things, and it also can just be genuine, innit?
But see, another thing as well. This is kind of coming off point as well. Still, here's as a black man, if you used to have a child with a white woman, and then go through the same things that men are going through now to try and see each other and that.
Don't you 10 think times worse.
Yeah, the stigma is much worse for that.
Yeah, of course, because obviously the court. That's when what do you call it?
The courts already aren't for man, but that's when
That's what the drama with a black woman and a white woman could be exactly the same, but because it's a white woman. That makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah,
of course. That's again
Now,
society.
even alone in it, because like for instance, now if you're a black man, and you got a black woman, and she says, "I like he boxed me and that," then it's seen as like, okay, then bit of domestic violence. But if she's a white woman and it's a black man boxing her, it's in court, it's a massive.
It's like that woman or the black woman who's with the white man, and basically he must have been trying to turn the youth against him in that. I've got the story still. I'm bring up the story, but basically, like in our case, it's not for the fathers.
Yeah,
it got awarded to the father, and the woman's black. You know what I'm trying to say to you? He's white. So, I think if it was a black man with a white woman and he's going through the court system, see you later, bro. I don't think it's a myth. Still, it's a myth. It's a myth. So what's your stance on it then?
So okay then, wait there before. Let me just break that down. Then, so do you think there's a bigger ulterior motive in that situation there, when you could say, okay then, black man or black, you were saying black man, and then black man, white woman in the courts favour the white woman and take the kids away from the black men.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like a bit of a what do they call it?
It's I don't even know what you call it, but I think it's already not in favour for the men anyway. So once it's a white female against a black male, it's over, bro. It's over.
Look at a white woman that walked into the next man's yard and shot him and killed him, and still tried and act like she was in the wrong yard, and still tried to play and still tried to play. That's all. I'm not gonna lie. I believe she still ended up getting locked up, but things like that, like just for the simple fact that they allowed that excuse to run for so long. Like let a black person do that, innit? Walk into a white person's yard and say, "Oh, I killed this person because I thought it was my yard." Bro, you're going straight to jail where you stand, innit? I lie. Like it's a thing, innit? Like this is why, like I said, knowing what I've seen over the years. Me personally, like I said, I can't be with a white person. I can be cool with them.
Yeah, cool.
But I can't be with them. You know what I'm saying? I can't be in there with them.
You wall down that much to one.
Yeah, I could never have a child by a white woman. And that's not. I'm not taking nothing away from people that do have, because like I said, I got my cousins and family members who do have white other half. So, but that's me. Like I couldn't do it. You get me? From what I've seen, from what I know, from what I feel. It's not gonna happen, not at all.
Same time, we do know there's bag of cool white people out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the white killies them. Guys, shout out to the white. The white killies them. Serious.
Shout out to all of you, Jams.
To me, I'm on your wave still. I personally, it's not my preference. White people, them are cool in that. So the Asians, the Chinese, everyone's cool. But it's just not my preference.
Not right, yeah.
It's not, I don't want to be dealing with what if the family gonna treat my youth different or whatever. It just can't be asked for. So I'd rather just keep it straight and just do my thing.
Nah, for real.
What about you?
Me, I'm just a people person, man. I'm happy with all my peoples.
I don't care what.
I don't. You know what it is? I don't see colour, bro. And I'm one of them people that don't see colour to the point where sometimes you might think you're stupid. You know, not stupid, but it's like, you know, when you have the whole arguments man don't like black girls and all them arguments, bro. It's like I just don't see colour, bro. You get me? I just think like love's what love is, and it is what it is. You get me?
You see that now?
If you meet good people, you meet good people.
That's it. I don't see colour. I think that.
That's more like a true mix race.
Yeah, I don't see colour. I think everyone sees colour, bro. Everyone sees colour regardless.
Now I hear that, but at the same time, man don't see colour because
I think it means
meaning
he's not going to look at someone and be like, I don't like that person because they're black.
You get me?
Yeah, I'm not going to look at you and think, I don't like that person because they're white. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's just
I hear that.
Or is it
can't have no.
I wouldn't get with that person because they're that colour. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying meaning like I don't not even like I don't have a colour preference wise. Do you get me? For one, like I like black things, I like white things, you get me? I just like people, bro. Like cool, innit? If you are what you get me. For real, man, don't see colour, bro. Do you get it? Man, just see people, bro. Like I said, that's why it looks bad, innit? Because it looks like when people are having them arguments and it's like, it might sound like man are trying to stand up for the white girl and that then, do you get me? But man ain't trying to, man just honestly, I think you should just go for whatever you like, innit? Like for instance, these man, like, you get it? That's just how that's just how it be, bro.
I feel like I got enough of a mix, like especially like my sons and I feel like I got enough of a mix with her.
But like you said, a lot of mix. You gotta realise as well the difference between what we normally call mixed race, and what it actually is, innit? Like for instance, bro, you could be a mixed race and be fully black, innit? Do you get me? You could be Caribbean. Would the class Caribbean and Africans as mixed race?
But then you're talking about skin
what you mean as in
heritage, like mixed heritage, innit?
Because you got white Africans, innit? You got white Jamaicans.
Because if you had a black person, like a fully black person, that was like mine or your skin colour, would you say they're mixed race or would you say they're? But
that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even know, would you?
Just the colour of their skin.
Yeah.
Saying you're mixed race, but they're not. They're black.
They're black. Yeah. I get you.
I'm saying
just light skin, innit?
But what I'm trying to say is people are all like, you could be Mexican and black. You get it? You could be Mexican and Caribbean, bro. Yeah. You're all mixed race. You get me? But you might just look like a black dude. So no one really know. Like you get me? It's only when you come to like what my skin colour or your skin colour where it's like you're mixed race.
But you get dark mixed race geezers as well. I know geezers who's mixed race and he's darker than you.
You know what I'm saying? I know dark.
And you get some kids that like have my skin colour and they're just full black.
And then you got kids like, am I you just pale? You get it? And I think that one thing I will give to people, and that is like, a lot of this whole colorism thing where it's like black people should date within their own colour, whatnot, because obviously not afraid of like washing out the genes and that, like you were saying before. But I know a lot of mixed race people now who have got babies with white girls. The colour's done, bruv. You get it?
Yeah, then the child's quarter cast, isn't it?
Yeah, the kid becomes like quarter cast or like a third, like it depends on it. Like so my year's probably like a third in it, but
the colour gets washed out.
The colour's just washed out with black on the wheel.
You go black and white. Just mixed race, mixed race, which gets quarter cast, then quarter cast and quarter, which then becomes more quarter white. Then you get quarter and white. Then that's it, and like from the black man, from your granddad down to the great grandson now is white. You get me? Like he's a black man. The black man's the granddad, and now you got a white grandson. You get
cool. That's how it is, isn't it? That's why people go against it, innit? A lot, because it is true though. But I be thinking it's something in the water, bruv. Because it's not normal, bruv.
My skin colour.
Bro, how come all the youths are pale, bro? Like all of them.
I know black man. I've got white cousins, and I'm saying how, but then I was just like I said, I have to sit down and break it down. Like it must be something like that. Like your cousin is mixed race.
Everybody I know of colour, who's got a baby with a white thing, bro. If that person ain't full black, like for instance, I'm 3/4. You get me? So if you say I'm 3/4 black. That's that's black to me, innit? So,
well, I'm half.
For my youth to be as pale as he is, bro, that's... Like I said, everybody I know, bro, like I know bare people of colour, bro, who've got mixed race kids, like meaning they're mixed race and they've got a white partner. But all of them youths are white, bro.
Yeah. My little cousins, I got a good
They're
few
all white, bro.
like
None of them are like mixed. You know what I'm saying? Remember, like you're saying, like, remember the whole, like, if you go back to the fetish of a mixed race kid, bro, it's my colour skin. That's what you know what I'm saying? That's what was fetished over, my colour skin, or a little bit lighter. Do you get what I'm saying? But now it's like women are having youths with us thinking they're gonna get mixed race kids, bro. They're just getting little white youths with curly hair, bro. Do you get me? They are, bro. If you put him in the sun for a week, bro, you're gonna have a little something on him, innit? But
that's what you're saying about, like...
all of my bedrooms, youths got ginger hair and that.
Yeah, that's how it comes out, innit? Like, when you look at, like, my nan, like I'm half, innit?
Yeah.
You could look at me.
Like you
some
was
people must
quarter.
be white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because of a red Indian skin, like, I've just come out like so pale.
Yeah.
So now my son's mum is white.
So
then my son just looks white, innit? But he's not.
You say my nan just say like my nan was like Mike's complexion. She's full black. She's like Mike's complexion, and then everyone after that, like her kids and grandkids, are like we was just all dark skin, right up until I believe it was like my cousin's kids and my daughter. My daughter's the same complexion as my nan now. Like she's lighter than me and her mum, but she's full black. You get me? Like it's that, and it you would look at her and think, oh, she's mixed race, but nah, she's not. She's the only one that's got like my nan's full complexion. You get me? That light skin complexion. Yeah, it's mad, man. It's mad still.
Long live the mixed race and team interracial over here. You get it? Yo, ski.
Power to the people.
Yeah, but just to conclude, it's another episode of the Good Fathers Them. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.